Here, where trees met river, Lenape and Dutch faced each other for the first time, and history took its first breath. The Dutch lost it, the British claimed it. New York was born, louder, bolder, hungrier. Whispers of freedom turned to fire. The streets of New York joined the fight. Millions arrived with nothing but hope. Ellis Island became their doorway to a new life. Smoke. Steel. Sweat. The city was grinding its future into motion. Neon signs. Jazz clubs. Skyscrapers rising. New York was glowing, fast. Neon signs. Jazz clubs. Skyscrapers rising. New York was glowing, fast. Subways linked the boroughs, and the city pulsed with every train. Tough streets. Raw voices. Graffiti spoke when no one else could. The skyline shattered, but the city stood strong, unbroken. Bright, diverse, and on the move, New York was back and buzzing. Drones fly. Towers shine. But the spirit? Still classic New York. Before it was concrete and cabs, it was quiet. Just forest, birdsong, and river mist. 1624, the Dutch sailed in with timber and dreams, carving cabins from trees and lighting fires by the shore. They called it New Amsterdam. But there was no skyline. No neon. No chaos. Only deep woods, shallow roots, and the Lenape people watching silently from the banks, wondering who had arrived, and what it would cost. Then 1664 hit, and the British came with boots and ambition. They took it, renamed it, redrew the map. New Amsterdam. Nah, now it's New York. They planted their flag, but under that flag, something stirred, something restless, something wild. The energy didn't belong to them. It belonged to the streets, even before the streets were paved. Jump to the 1700s. The revolution didn't begin with gunfire, it began with whispers. Taverns buzzed with ideas. Lanterns burned low over secret meetings. The city became a chessboard, British redcoats marching down Broadway, rebels slipping through alleys. New York didn't just host the revolution. It became one. By the 1800s, New York turned into the world's front door. Ships stacked with families, faces full of hunger and hope, docked every day. Ellis Island stood like a filter, cold, chaotic, and alive. People passed through in waves, each one adding a new language to the street noise, a new flavor to the pot. The city didn't ask where you were from. Only if you could keep up. Then came the machines. Steam engines. Steel bridges. Factories growling 24/7. Kids selling newspapers on corners. Mothers sewing shirts by candlelight in tenement windows. It was tough. Tight. Honest. The city was learning to hustle, and never stop. The 1920s lit the fuse. Jazz spilled out of Harlem. Broadway glittered like gold dust. Flappers danced. Gangsters dealt. The Empire State Building climbed skyward like it had something to prove. New York was alive in every way. It didn't sleep. It didn't slow. It roared. But the 30s hit hard. The Great Depression took jobs, homes, and hope. Still, steelworkers clung to beams in the clouds, hammering through fear. While soup kitchens filled below, towers rose above. Even when broken, the city looked up. By the 50s, life moved to the rhythm of subway trains and saxophones. Sinatra's voice echoed through diners. Kids played stickball in the Bronx. Coffee carts steamed on cold corners. And everyone, rich or broke, moved together under the same skyline. The city had rhythm. Rough and romantic. The 70s? That was fire. Literal fires. Graffiti lit up the trains. The Bronx burned. But out of the chaos came culture. Hip-hop was born from busted boomboxes. Block parties rewrote history on cardboard and concrete. New York didn't hide its scars. It turned them into murals. Then came September 11th. A day that split history in half. The skyline cracked. And for the first time, New York went quiet. But only for a heartbeat. Because this city doesn't vanish. It mourns fast, and builds faster. The Freedom Tower didn't just rise, it defied gravity and grief. By the 2010s, the city had recharged. Food trucks parked beside Ferraris. TikTok stars danced in Union Square. Wall Street buzzed, Brooklyn brewed coffee, and Queens built the future. Diversity wasn't decoration, it was DNA. The grind never stopped, it just leveled up. And now, 2025, skyscrapers talk to satellites. Drones fly smoother than taxis. AR glasses flash menus, news, and memories right in front of your face. But the soul? The soul's the same. There's still jazz in the subway. Still a guy selling incense on 125th. Still pizza at 3 a.m., dollar slice style, folded down the middle. Still that feeling, that rush, when you hit the sidewalk and merge into the movement. Because New York doesn't freeze. It flexes. It crashes. It climbs. It rebuilds. It's been burned, bombed, buried in snow, and crushed by fear, but it never quit. This city doesn't need your permission. It doesn't ask for applause. It just keeps going. Through storms. Through sirens. Through skyscrapers and subways and sweat. New York is never finished. And that's why we love it. Because it doesn't just exist. It insists.
Bye everyone, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.